If you look around and realize your circle is vanishing while your mind is expanding, don't panic. You aren't failing at social interaction. You're escaping the matrix of mediocrity. Picture this. It's Friday night. You're at a dinner party or a bar. The room is buzzing. People are laughing, clinking glasses, and talking over each other. Someone next to you is telling a story about a coworker they hate, or the latest reality TV drama, or the weather. You're nodding, you're smiling, you're throwing in the occasional, "Oh really?" or "That's crazy." But inside you are screaming. You feel a physical weight pressing on your chest. You check your phone, not because you have a message, but because you need a portal to escape. You feel like an alien anthropologist observing a species you no longer understand. When you finally get home and shut the door, you don't feel lonely. You feel an overwhelming rush of relief. You feel like you just took off a pair of shoes that were 2 sizes too small. And then the guilt hits. You wonder, why am I like this? Why can't I just enjoy things like everyone else? Is there something broken in my wiring? Here is the truth. There is a fascinating evolutionary principle at play here, often referred to by psychologists as the Savanna Theory of Happiness. For most of human history, socializing was survival. If you didn't have a tribe, you died. Your brain is wired to release dopamine when you bond, because that chemical signal meant safety. But for highly intelligent people, that wiring has flipped. Recent studies published in the British Journal of Psychology found a startling correlation. For people with high IQs, frequent socialization with crowds actually lowers life satisfaction. Why? Because your brain is a high-performance engine. A Formula One car isn't designed to sit in bumper-to-bumper traffic. It overheats. Your brain craves patterns, complex problem-solving, and deep conceptual exchange. Small talk is the cognitive equivalent of putting sugar in your gas tank. It doesn't just bore you, it damages your engine. It forces you to throttle down your processing speed to match the room, and that suppression is exhausting. But here is why you stay stuck in the guilt cycle. You're trapped by a relic of your old self. You're trying to squeeze a consciousness that wants to explore the cosmos into a conversation about the neighborhood homeowners association. It's the goldfish bowl trap. Imagine a whale trying to live in a goldfish bowl. The whale isn't arrogant, it's just big. If it tries to swim, it smashes the glass. If it tries to stay still, it suffocates. You keep trying to fit into these small bowls because you have confused solitude with loneliness. Society has sold you a lie. They tell you that a wide social network is the ultimate currency. We look at influencers with their squads and think that quantity equals value. We are taught that if you're not surrounded by people, you're unlikable. This is a massive myth. Historically, the people who moved the world forward, the inventors, the philosophers, the writers, almost always walked alone. They weren't antisocial, they were selective. A library containing 3 masterpieces is infinitely more valuable than a warehouse filled with garbage. So I want you to try an emotional reframe. Stop looking at your shrinking friend group as a loss. View it as a filtration system. That friction you feel, that desire to run away from boring conversations, that is not social anxiety. That's your intuition protecting your energy. Your brain is aggressively pruning away the connections that do not serve your higher purpose. It's a biological defense mechanism designed to keep you focused. You aren't losing friends, you're shedding dead weight. This brings us to your choice point. The next time you're in a conversation that feels like it's draining your soul, you have a split-second decision to make. Option A, you dim your light. You pretend to be less intelligent, less intense, and less complex just to make the other person comfortable. You betray yourself to keep the peace. Option B, you politely excuse yourself. You choose your own company over a low-frequency interaction. Most people choose option A their whole lives, and they die surrounded by people who don't actually know them. To break this, you need to adopt the Lighthouse Mental Model. A lighthouse doesn't run around the island desperately looking for boats to save. It doesn't chase the ships. It stands on the rock. It shines its light as bright as possible. It is solitary, yes, but it is stable. The ships that are looking for the light will find you. The people who can match your frequency, the other lighthouses, will see you from miles away. But they can't see you if you're down in the chaotic water trying to act like a boat. This is your practical challenge. I call it the 48-hour filter. For the next 2 days, I want you to stop faking it. If someone texts you and you don't have the energy to reply, don't. If a conversation bores you, end it. If an invitation doesn't make you feel a hell yes, then it's a no. Do not offer a long excuse. Do not apologize for your boundaries. You will feel a spike of fear. You will think people will hate you. But watch what actually happens. You'll feel a sudden massive return of energy. You'll realize that by saying no to the noise, you're finally making space for the signal. This kind of social autonomy is just one layer of mastering your psychology. There's a much deeper level to how your mind processes the world, and if you want to understand the mechanics of your own behavior, you need to stick around. Click that subscribe button and let's keep decoding the human mind together.